Hello and welcome back. As we are heading towards our final board examination, today I'm going to discuss something on a very interesting topic on English language for class 10 standard. The first chapter from your book, The First Flight, that is A Letter to God. I hope all of you know what is a letter. Have you ever written that letter? Don't worry. In our social media age, a letter is not so common, but yes, the value of the letter is undeniable. Once upon a time, there was always a use of the letter present in our society. Now, without wasting the time, today we are going to discuss the first chapter, that is Letter to God. First of all, the most important character is Lencho, a farmer whose bread and butter was the base of the farming. And he was hoping for a good rain, for the good harvest. But unfortunately, what happened? A strong hailstorm started and it devastated Lencho's crop. Lencho was very hopeless and Lencho wrote a letter to God because Lencho had a sincere and a deep faith on God. Lencho believed that whatever is happening in this world due to the desire of the God. And Lencho believed that if God has destroyed the crop, definitely the God will repay against it. So Lencho had written a letter to God, right? But who had received? Who knows God? Who had seen the God? Same thing happened in this story. Due to that, Lencho's letter reached to the post office. And when Lencho's letter was opened in the post office, everybody laughed. It was a funny letter to each and everyone. But yes, it was a very faithful feeling that was composed in Lencho's letter. The postmaster, who was very important character after Lencho, opened the letter and respected Lencho's faith. The postmaster, though he first laughed, but understood what was Lencho's feeling, right? So the postmaster requested all his staffs to collect the money and to send it to Lencho. So almost 100, in the place of the 100 pesos, only 70 pesos were received, and only 70 pesos were collected. And finally, it was sent to Lencho. And when Lencho opened the letter and had seen there were only 70 pesos, Lencho was very angry because he was very innocent. And he thought that this post office people actually, saved the money, the 30 pesos for themselves, and the rest of the 70 pesos they sent it to Lencho. But it was not like that. Lencho was very innocent. Lencho was a poor farmer, and Lencho is a completely kept the faith on God. Now, what happened the next? Lencho wrote once again the letter to God. And this time he objected against the people of the post office. He wrote that the people of the post office saved 30 pesos and sent to him only 70 pesos. Now, from this chapter, we can understand a deep faith of someone in favor of the God. Lencho's crops was initially destroyed, but what was not destroyed, that is Lencho's faith. Lencho always kept faith on himself as well as the God, right? So, what are the things that is coming out from the text? That is, whenever we are depressed, whenever we are distressed, whenever we are feeling the hopeless in any kind of situation, we have to keep faith on God, because it is to be remembered that God has to do a lot of things for us. If the God has sent us in this world, then definitely the God will provide all the necessary items that we need. So, Lencho, being a farmer, Lencho, being an innocent personality, kept the faith on the God, and somehow he got something from the God. Now, the next important character is the postmaster. Though Lencho's letter was initially a funny statement to each and everyone, but Lencho's letter was respected, right? You should keep it in your mind. The postmaster respected Lencho's feeling. So we should not underestimate a person who is, initially it seems that the person is initially speaking some nonsensical words, some superstitious word. But first of all, we have to understand the person's belongingness, the person's class, right? Lencho was not an educated person. And though he is ignorant, his complete faith on God was respected by the postmaster, right? So from the text, we can learn that in the place of our distress, in the place of our depression, or whenever the things are going to get hopeless for our life, we have to give faith on the God. And if we can faith in the God, then definitely the God will do something for us. Remember in this text, Lencho's God was not seen. Lencho had not seen the God, but he had kept a belief on God, though it is unseen. Sometimes we believe that, sometimes we say that, sir, I have not seen the God, sir, I have not, but spoke with the God, then how can I faith on the God? Just remember that Lencho was also like that. Lencho was also like us. Lencho had never seen a God. Lencho had never spoke to a God, but he had the strong faith in the God. So, a letter to God initially provides us a message to God to keep faith on some infinity, to keep faith on the person that you cannot sing improbably, right? So, the next important probable question that we can get from here, the hailstorm, that is a natural disaster, right? So Lencho expected a good rain, but instead of good rain, he got a natural disaster. Now, next thing is that impact on society. The unprecedented event that we are not actually expecting in our society. So some types of the events happens to us. So Lencho, when for the first time when there was a cloud from the northeast side, and Lencho hoped that, oh my God, the cloud is coming on, we are going to get a very good rain, and after the good rain, there is a golden silver coin. So the raindrops were, very well. Raindrops are compared to the silver coins. So after the rain, there will be good harvest. But what happened actually? What happened at last? Man proposes and God disposes. Lencho proposed and Lencho what got the disposed. So what we expect from the society, what we expect from our, from our life, actually, we get something, right? Different, something, opposite of thing. But in that moment of time, we should not get hopeless. Next important thing is that is communication of the God. Lencho's letter is an idea that a divine intervention showing his belief on God's omnipresence. So God is omnipresent. In the form of the God, in the form of an Almighty, the postmaster appeared to Lencho. Lencho wanted the money, but if the postmaster were not there, would Lencho get the money? I hope not. So in the version of a God, as a messenger of the God, Lencho got that money from him. Now, language of the tone. Now, the letter is a formal and urgent, reflecting Lencho's depression, right? So you might be asked that what kind of letter it was, what kind of art, what kind of intention that Lencho expressed in his letter. So the most important thing, the letter is very formal and urgent, right? So in your syllabus you have the letter to editor, letter to your complaint, etc., etc. So Lencho's letter was an objection. Lencho's letter was a complaint against God. First of all, it was a complaint against God, and the second letter was a complaint against the human beings. So keep it in mind. Most important event of this story is that Lencho never slipped from the God's belief. Lencho always believed in God, and Lencho believed that whatever is happening in this world, whatever is happening in this society, it is due to the God's wish. So if God has destroyed his crop, then definitely God will help him. So this kind of unquestionable faith that Lencho had, not on him, on God. And due to that, Lencho got a person in the place of as a place of a postmaster. So from the text you can conclude your answer in this way. If we keep the faith on God, if we keep the faith of Almighty, definitely whatever the problems we have, whatever the disturbance we have, whatever the doubts we have, definitely there will be a way. So if you have not seen the God, if we have not seen the God, it is not that we will not believe in the God. God is here, somehow, somewhere, He will be answering to you. So this text is based on such kinds of feelings, emotion, etc. So my tips for this text is that to you don't know that what is going to be happen with your board examination. Even I don't know what is going to be happen with your board examination. But remember, faith on God. Keep faith on yourself. Keep faith on your hard work. Keep faith on your day and night struggle, and definitely you will get good result. So keep motivated, be positive, do hard working, and never feel disappointed. Be lencho, be innocent, and keep faith on God. Believe on yourself, believe on your hard work, do hard work, and you will get the best. Okay? Thank you so much. We will meet you once again very soon. Thank you.